Hello, everyone. All you dear readers and listeners out there, welcome to the inaugural episode of Seth Kabala's musical fantasy. I'm your host, Seth Kabala. I'm a writer and a musician, and every month I'm going to bring you something I've mined from the musical side of my brain. Accompanying each piece will be a podcast, like this one, where I go deeper into motivations and process. In this episode, I'm going to talk about my piano arrangement, Rockabye Baby in minor, Mousebat, and the creepy-looking stuffed and sewn creature my daughter Anna made many years ago that inspired this piece. Now, please enter my musical fantasy and enjoy the show. The heart of a child is unfamiliar with adult constraints. It doesn't shy away from instant genetic engineering to create a new kind of animal, something that could be friend or foe, lover or nemesis, protector or stalker, guardian or killer, good or evil. Just because of practical realities, the heart of a child has a direct, one-way, all lanes cleared off presidential motorcade escort down the freeway of creation in the blood to the created in the brain. In other words, a child thinks of something and makes it. And it's weird and impractical, odd and nonsensical, and frequently generates the side mouth expression commonly seen in emojis. You know the one. Put into words, it's something like this. Not sure about that. Or, yeah, okay. Or, sure, that'll work. All phrases deep-fried in sarcasm. Sarcasm largely lost on the heart of a child. But even if said child got it, got the derision, the doubt, the polite put-down, I'll wager they wouldn't care. Because in addition to being devoid of the adult constraint, or, let's be honest, weakening creative limitation of practical realities, they enjoy freedom from haters and naysayers, from Debbie Downers and Danny Doubters, from those who build a wall higher than they think they can jump before they've jumped at all. My daughter Anna enjoyed such freedom when she created Mousebat. Mousebat was born of needle and thread over 10 years ago. Anna was 7 at the time, and she had taken an interest in sewing. Not to make clothes or potholders or anything immediately obviously useful in this modular, standardized, society says monkey see, society commands monkey do world, but to create a new species of creature, so purposed in her heart, so unencumbered in her journey up the freeway to her brain, she waved her magic wand of a needle, conjured thread, connected that to bits of green, purple, and pink felt, and the result was Mousebat 1.0. Mousebat 1.0 had no legs. Or maybe they were retracted into his fuselage-shaped, throw-pillow-like little body, so as to be more aerodynamic in flight. His wings were floppy, like uncooked bacon floppy. They were cut into different shapes and offset a good inch, front to back, so as to make perpetual mid-flight turning easier. His tail was more than twice as long as his body, which could serve as an arresting whip of some kind, a la Indiana Jones, but it would also seem to put him in entanglement danger to the same degree that capes killed off superheroes, if The Incredibles is to be believed. Those engineering concerns aside, how would he achieve flight in the first place? His eyes had all the life of a comic strip character, assigned the enlarged periods of the hurried drafter. Rather than gateways to the soul, they were rendered silly and childish. And so they were. But who cares? Why is that a bad thing? That conclusion, like all the other skeptical questions in this graph on Mousebat's functionality in this world, his chances of surviving and being the fittest, were signposts of adult downerism, doubt on display, critiques of the creatively incapable, those jealous of a mere whiff of what if. I think I was a good dad and kept my downerism to myself. I smiled and nodded and praised, told her to keep up the good work, and quietly wondered, where in the Sam Hill did this come from? And where is it going? But, lest I misremember, let's check what I wrote on this for the Family Farce in 2015. Anna created Mousebat. My name for it. A stuffed animal with felt skin, a body about the size of a bat, and the nose of a mouse. Well, to be fair, the nose looks like that of a Disney mouse, as in the mice that sewed Cinderella's dress. According to Anna, though, it is a dragon. Anna sewed and measured and cut and stuffed and designed her little heart out. When I look at Mousebat, I feel enormous paternal pride. And I also flash back to the creatures described in Stephen King's From a Buick 8. At that moment, I hold on to something solidly screwed down, for fear of being sucked through the time hole to another sinister dimension. I can see the headline. Father murders daughter's stuffed animals with shotgun, blames Stephen King. Good to know the memory of this 44-year-old is still, to channel Miracle Max, mostly reliable. Back in 2015, I told Anna her creation looked like a mouse and a bat, mashed up into one. And the name took on a life of its own, as they say. The next chapter appearing as reimagined lyrics that Anna penned and set to the major key of the nursery rhyme Rockabye Baby. Those lyrics. Mousebat is watching you sleep, roaming around your room. What a creep. Playing with your toy boat and your kazoo, so you better watch out and catch him with glue. Creepy, right? Yes, but not in the way you're thinking. This is creepy good, as in an experience that electrifies, produces goose flesh, that puts sandpaper to shame, thrills you, excites you, lights up the pleasure centers of the brain, triggers ASMR to the nth degree, and does not fade with time. In the case of the Kabala family, the God element, that squishy stuff between our ears that enables, empowers, and emboldens us to create worlds only because he first created everything, was just getting warmed up. Mousebat appeared in various forms over the next 7 years. He was a clay model, a sketch, and the butt of many jokes, like, why are you still awake? You're not becoming Mousebat, are you? You creep. There have been so many. But to Mousebat, just so you know, I love you, whatever and wherever you may be. Just like Anna's lyrics said, he roamed about our lives, creeping in every corner. I think, to make sure we never went too long without talking about him. Sort of a creative threat, as it were. Hey, if you have to pay for protection through your wits, better that than most not-so-subtle offers you can't refuse. I'm proud to say we caved to his influence. I love each version of Mousebat, both the physical and intellectual properties. But for me, the official Mousebat 2.0, the genesis of what would inspire me to create Rockabye Baby in minor Mousebat, came in 2022 as a Christmas present Anna made for me. Accompanying this, Anna rewrote and lengthened her lyrics, extending their creepiness to this. Remember to close your windows at night. Before you're tucked in, go lock them up tight. For if you forget, a creature will come. He'll sit on your bed and watch you for fun. With wings like a bat, he'll fly around your house. He'll make not a sound, just like a mouse. He'll take something from you, such as an heirloom, to make sure you know that he was in your room. And if you wake up, you'll see his eyes glow. You better quickly find something to throw. For if you scare Mousebat with a loud boom, you might just be able to catch him with glue. Mousebat is watching you sleep, roaming around your room. What a creep. Playing with your toy boat and your kazoo. So you better watch out, 'cause Mousebat's watching you. This time, Mousebat's wings were fixed in place, as was his tail, the product of a wire substructure, so as to guard against wind resistance warping. Stop it, Seth. See, I'm doing it again, applying my default adult mode tendency to judge the practicality of something in traditional terms. But that's the thing about creativity. It's like the raptors from Jurassic Park, coming at you from the side, from some cache of existence you didn't even know was there, because you were so focused on linear living, on what was obvious and right in front of you and boring. Unlike raptors, creativity won't eat you, but it will eat at you, pecking at your brain like a woodpecker. Hello, here I am, hello! Until you either starve it to death, or you say, oh, hello there, wow, what have we here? Let's have a better look at you. 2 days after Christmas in 2022, I took a better look at Mousebat. First, though, let's go back in time. Since 2014, I had been noodling around with various piano compositions and arrangements. From the age of 9, I was trained as a classical pianist. I never spent much time seeing what I could mine musically from my own brain versus what musicality I could bring to someone else's stuff. No disrespect to musicians who make their living superbly playing other people's stuff. It's a hard life. A fulfilling life. It can even be a glorious and glamorous life. But you're still wearing someone else's clothes, and they may fit you perfectly, and you may wear them better than anyone else, but they're never fully yours, because you took what came off the assembly line rather than making your own assembly line. Taking a stone and polishing it is not the same as building a cathedral. Same source material, vastly different ends. Making something wholly new, or a wholly new version of something, think about it, those are different, is not necessarily harder or easier or better or worse than anything else. It's just different. And you never really know what you can do until you try. And, oh boy, let me tell you, the trying is scary. Fast forward 8 years, and I'd completed several pieces with bits of time I stole from whatever I was doing for a day job, here and there, evenings and weekends. But other than staff paper scratchings and a few cell phone recordings, I hadn't professionally recorded, transcribed to sheet music, or made any real attempt to share them with the musical community. They mostly existed in my head, just for me. But why? Why not take the next step? Why not share and inspire? After all, my musical influences are 100% the product of other creatives sharing their gifts. How selfish of me. What was I waiting for? I don't have an answer to that. Not a good one, anyway. If I had to pick an answer, I would say I was waiting for Mousebat to pull me into his nightmare and fuel my minor key creativity. 2 days after Christmas in 2022, he did just that. From there, the timeline goes like this. December 27th, 2022, first test recording. December 9th, 2023, first public performance of what I've named Rockabye Baby in Minor, Mousebat, Blackhawk College Theater, Winter Piano Recital, alongside my wife, Amy Kabala, and her students, and my sister-in-law, Randy Latondra, and her students. I'm neither student, but they graciously let me worm my way in, because I'm a bratty drama queen when I don't get my way. Thanks, ladies. January 7th, 2024. Started transcription and completed later that month. March 1st, 2025. Master audio video recording. And January 2026, publication to all my social platforms. As with my initial arrangement and compositional noodling, this write-up has been a discovery process for me. I hope you like Rockabye Baby in Minor, Mousebat. I hope it makes your day better. If it does, please like, subscribe, share, buy something I'm selling, and do all the things that creators like me ask you to do. But, being honest, I wrote this for me, because I needed to understand the process of what I made, why I made it, and how it came to be for 2 reasons. 1, there are a lot more gems down in the mine, a hoard of them, like Aladdin in the Cave of Wonders level hoard. I haven't perfected the mining process. I never will. If you are any kind of true creative, you never will either. But that's okay. You'll do like me, which is this. I'll spend my life trying to find the limits of what I can build from my mind, getting better every day, making a habit of it. To that end, my commitment to you, dear reader and listener, is that each month I will share my latest haul with you. I hope each new piece makes your day better. If it does, let someone else know. 2. My creativity started in the heart of the child I was at age 9. It grew because other people shared their gifts with me, influencing me one way or the other. Not always for the better, but always changing me, shaping me, molding me, as they say in Wicked, for good. I don't know if I'm ready to admit that my creativity had stalled out. I do have my pride, I'll have you know. But without the creativity of Mousebat, starting in honest childhood heart, Rockabye Baby in Minor, Mousebat, the first in the Nightmare Fuel collection, might never have seen the dark of night. But here he is, roaming around the room of your mind. Do you hear him? Creeping. In this episode of Seth Kabala's musical fantasy, we talked about my piano arrangement, Rockabye Baby in Minor, Mousebat. If this content made your day better, please like, subscribe, share, join my mailing list, buy something I'm selling, and tell somebody else about your experience. In the next episode, I'll talk about my piano vocal arrangement of Only Our Rivers Run Free. So be sure to check that out on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, X, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks much for checking out my stuff and sticking around to the end. You may now exit my musical fantasy.